Hello everyone, welcome to Trade. Just seeing some levels in Nifty and Banknifty. See, before the budget, we kind of had this trend line that I'm going to mark now, and we were hoping that we could retest kind of this trend line and the market will go down, right? On the budget day, nothing much happened. We stayed below this trend line, and after the budget, that's on Friday, we got a gap up, and the gap up has failed. So now with this price action, our view is definitely on the downside. Another thing that will support our move on the downside is we place a FEB from this high level, okay, from this high point to this low point. If we place a Fibonacci retracement, it exactly kind of rejects at this 0.618 level, right? So whenever this rejection takes place at this 0.618, minimum, at least like I can say 60 or 80% of the time, minimum there will be a retracement until the 0.6 on the downside, right? So that is why this yellow line is marked. So we could expect some down move until 45,370 is what I'm expecting. But since there was a pretty nice smooth down move on the Friday, right, we could be sideways, but overall, like either tomorrow or Tuesday or Wednesday, we could see some down move to 45,390, and then depending on the price action, we'll have to see whether we are going to get a bounce from here or we're going to break this level. But ultimately, if we break these levels that is marked is where we can take further support. I have a view probably either in coming weeks or a month, we could even come down all the way until 42,900. Obviously, it's not going to happen pretty soon, but that is just, I have my levels marked in case we slip further. Right now, where we can short, since our view, I'm just going to shift to a 15-minute chart. The previous one was a 1-hour chart. So where I would look to short is I'll make use of this CPR. This is the daily CPR. You can find this indicator, the many free CPR indicators in TradingView. I will look to short somewhere closer to this CPR level. In case we get a small gap up or a gap down, we'll see how it reacts around the CPR. If we make a nice rejection around this area within the CPR, I would look to short with intraday targets as this S1 and this 45,370 as our one target. And in case we get a gap down, right? In case we get a gap down, what we would do is see perfectly Banknifty on the 15-minute chart as the pink line you see is the 200 EMA, right? So in case we get a gap down, wait for some kind of a pullback towards this 200 EMA where the pink line is, and then I will I'll look for a short. So this is just my trade plan for tomorrow. I would definitely be looking for a short trade until we are below this level of this 0.6, 46,800. In case when I would look for a trade on the upside is in case we break this resistance level with a nice green candle on an hourly basis today or tomorrow or day after, we could go higher, kind of fill this gap at 48,000, right? We have a big gap down here. This gap can be adjusted this way. So in case we break this level of 46,900, almost 47,000 on the upside with a nice strong candle, and then if we get a follow-up, I'll look to scalp on the upside, right? So that's our view in Banknifty. Let's see if there is another trend line that we can use. Yeah, we can even mark this trend line. Ideally, if Banknifty breaks this trend line, it would be a better shot. I have one separate video coming up for Nifty mid-cap expiry also. Please do watch that. This is the Nifty 50 chart. This black trend line that I have, we will keep it as it is. And this is the 15-minute chart of Nifty, right? See, we have a pretty nice gap over here, which I'm going to mark now. Even on Nifty, our first attempt would be to look for a short trade. In case we break this level of 21,800, the first target would be this gap fill. And most likely tomorrow, if in case we come down let me just mark that. In case we break this and come down, this trend line is where an intraday support will come. We can look to book our profit. And if this breaks, yes, there will be further downside. We could come closer to these levels that is marked, that is around 21,500 to 21,496 to 21,450. And anything on the upside is if we go like probably an intraday trade is, in case we break, the best would be to attempt a long trade if 22,200 breaks on the upside. Then we would be at an all-time high level, so we will have to make use of the Fibonacci retracement for our targets, or we can use even our CPR targets, right? We have R1, R2, you'll have R3, so we can make use of the CPR for target. So but this gap fill is something that I'm looking at, and I'll show you an example of why the gap fill is important. This is the Sensex chart, right? How beautifully on Friday, where it kind of moved like 1,500 points on the upside. Not many people would have expected a perfect reversal from here, but see the beauty. Like this gap was there, the gap in Sensex, and when we went up, we perfectly tested this, filled this gap, and then we kind of reversed. So always when there is a gap fill, there will be some kind of a reversal, a short intraday reversal, or so that's what I'm expecting over here. Even in Nifty, once the gap fills, this can be a good target. This is where, along this black trend line, and the gap fill is where we will think of booking some profit. And that's it for Nifty and Bank Nifty. There will be a separate video for Nifty mid cap select, where it is the tomorrow expiry. Please watch that video. Thank you.